I'm getting married. Do I need a prenup? Well, the answer is that it depends on your circumstances, but a prenup is always worth exploring.
What is the best reason for getting a prenup?
So often getting a prenup will help you to secure and protect assets that you're bringing into the marriage. So that's particularly relevant if you have an inheritance, or if you own a business, or if you have children from a previous marriage that you're wanting to secure assets in favour of rather than benefiting a second spouse.
What misconceptions do people most commonly have about prenups?
I think there are quite a lot of misconceptions, mostly to do with how wealthy you need to be to have one. But it's always useful to explore what you can do with a prenup. People don't have insurance expecting that they will have a car accident, and equally they don't have a prenup expecting that they will get a divorce. But it's an opportunity of having really frank and open financial conversations with your fiancé before a marriage, so that you can understand what your financial expectations are of that partnership.
Will a prenup actually hold up in court?
There is no Act of Parliament that says that a prenup has to be taken into account, but the case law tells us that judges will give them significant weight, provided that they meet certain criteria. And the criteria includes that each party has to have independent legal advice, that there has to be full and frank disclosure of all financial assets that each party owns. They have to be signed with a minimum of 28 days before a marriage as best practice, and they have to be entered into freely and voluntarily. There is also an overall caveat that they must be fair.
What can and cannot be included in a prenup?
A prenuptial agreement is a completely bespoke document, so it can include whatever you and your fiancé want to include within it. Speaking to a solicitor and including the solicitor in those negotiations, it's helpful to get a steer about what you might want to include within a prenup, because some people, again, may not know what they want in it or what they don't, so involving a solicitor early on is always useful.
Can a prenup cover things like inheritance gifts or business interests?
Absolutely. The parties will both disclose all of the assets that they hold, that they're bringing into the marriage, and that will include business assets and any assets that they've already inherited. It can also include assets that they anticipate inheriting, and the prenup itself will determine how those assets are going to be treated in the event of a divorce in the future.
Can a prenup be signed after marriage?
Absolutely. A nuptial agreement that's signed after marriage is called a post-nuptial agreement, and it can be drafted and signed in a very similar way to a prenuptial agreement, but obviously there isn't the requirement of it being signed 28 days before the marriage.
When is the right time to bring up a prenup with your partner?
So prenups aren't very romantic, but no financial planning tool really is very romantic. But bringing up a prenup as early as possible will allow proper and due consideration to be given by everybody involved, and will feel less like an ambush later on as the marriage approaches.
Would you recommend that most couples get a prenup?
Getting a prenuptial agreement doesn't mean that you expect your marriage will fail. In the same way as you buy house insurance not expecting that your house will burn down, you can get a prenuptial agreement which will allow you to have sensible financial conversations about what would happen in the event that you divorced, if that happened in the future. And you can do that at a time when you are both on the same page, when you're both able to have constructive discussions about what you think might be fair. If you have any questions about pre or post-nuptial agreements, then please reach out to us at Scott Bailey for further advice and assistance.